Hey everybody, it's Blake here with Gorilla Zen Fitness. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the relationship between your upper back, also known as your thoracic spine, and your lower back, also known as your lumbar spine. After I kind of go over the relationship between those two segments of the spine, I'm then going to go over some mobilizations for the thoracic spine using a foam roller. So to begin, your thoracic spine is pretty much, the area of your spine that starts at the base of your neck at this level right here, and then goes down to your abdominal cavity. So it's basically the segment of your spine that comprises your upper back. And the lumbar spine is pretty much everything below that. Now, a crap ton of people are going to experience low back pain sometime in their life. I forgot what the statistics are, but it's something like 50% of all adults are going to experience back pain at some point. A lot of times this back pain is caused from hypermobility of the lumbar spine. So basically what that means is that when people do a lot of side bending, forward flexing and extending, and even rotation, twist, whenever they make those motions in real life, if they're hypermobile at the lumbar spine, that means that the only segment of the spine that's actually doing those motions is the lumbar spine itself and not the rest of the spine. If you're wondering what this has to do with the upper back or the thoracic spine, I'm going to tell you in a second here. So it's stiffness and rigidity in the thoracic spine, your upper back, that causes the hypermobility down below in your lumbar spine. So contrary to common thought, it's not the stiff areas that usually get injured, it's in the spine at least. It's usually the areas of the spine that are actually too mobile and move around too much. But it's the stiff areas that cause the body to compensate and develop that hypermobility in other areas. So when your upper back is stiff, it causes your body to increase the mobility of your lumbar spine, and it causes you to move essentially more from the lower back. So with that being said, what I'm going to show you now are a couple mobilizations that you can do to start to basically break up that stiffness in the thoracic spine to allow you to become more mobile there so that you can do side bending, flexing, and rotating from the thoracic spine so you're not moving so much from the lumbar spine. If you have ever had any neck injuries or any spinal injuries, I would not recommend you do these exercises before consulting with your physician. Alright, so before I get to the foam roller mobilizations, I really quickly want to show you a mobilization with a peanut. So essentially what this is it's two lacrosse balls that I taped together with athletic tape. It looks kind of funny, but it's a really effective, cheap tool that you can make on your own for releasing what's called the paraspinal muscles of the thoracic spine. And those are essentially muscles that run parallel with the thoracic spine. They run right all the way up it, okay? And they get really, really stiff. And when those things are really stiff, they kind of keep the thoracic spine frozen. Okay, a lot of you are going to have rounded upper back muscles, or upper backs rather, and by staying in this rounded position, those paraspinal muscles in your thoracic spine are going to be really tight. So this is a great exercise to actually release those. So like I said, this is called a peanut. You can make these by taping two lacrosse balls together, or you can buy something like this online for somewhere around $30 to $40, but it's a lot easier just to make it yourself. So basically what you do with this thing is you put it on your thoracic spine. I recommend you roll up your shirt when you're doing this, because when you roll around on this thing, it tends to ruffle up your shirt. So put it right at the base of your thoracic spine, and then lay back on it, okay? From here, you can either kind of keep your arms out to the side, or cross your arms like this, and what you're going to do is just keep as much pressure on your thoracic spine as possible, and you're going to allow your thoracic spine to bend around the lacrosse balls, okay? And you're going to keep doing this, keep moving up the thoracic spine all the way up to the top of the shoulder blades. Stay away from the neck, but you can come all the way up to the top of the shoulder blades, just kind of relaxing here and letting the body bend around the lacrosse balls. That's a great way to get that thoracic extension back. A lot of you are going to be in a flex position forward, so this will really loosen up those back muscles. It'll feel really good, and it'll allow you to come more into extension. Okay, so that exercise with the peanut was more of a myofascial release exercise. Sure, you mobilized parts of the thoracic spine by doing that, taking them into extension, but it was mostly focused on myofascial release, releasing those paraspinal muscles. So that one's really good to do in conjunction with this, or right beforehand. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use this foam roller to go into a deeper extension at the thoracic spine. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the foam roller down. You're going to get your upper back on it, okay? You want the foam roller to be right underneath your shoulder blades, okay? From here, you can cross your arms like this, or you can put your arms behind your head to support your neck, okay? Kind of lace your fingers and put them around your neck here to support the natural curvature of your neck, okay, your cervical spine. From here, inhale, and extend. Okay, be very careful that you're actually extending from the thoracic spine here, lifting the chest up, and not kind of doing all of this bending from the lumbar spine, okay? Inhale, exhale. Keep doing this. Your back will open up eventually to the point where you'll almost be able to get your head to the ground. All right, now I'm going to show you a somewhat more advanced version of this exercise. If you have neck problems, I don't recommend you doing this one because you can't support your neck if you're doing it this way, okay? But oftentimes what's coupled with inhalation, breathing in, is supination of the shoulders and the chest, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of abduct the arms here, and we're also going to supinate them during the inhale as we go back. It's very similar to the first one, but I really find that this one is like really energizing. It opens up all of the body's energy centers if you follow that kind of school of thought or ideology, and it also really improves lymphatic circulation doing this type of breathing while doing this thoracic mobilization. So I would highly recommend this only if you don't have neck problems. So basically you're going to put it in the same spot on your thoracic spine right underneath your shoulder blades. Okay, you're going to extend your legs. You're going to kind of sit up, exhale all your air out, make fists. Then you're going to inhale, open your hands, and come all the way back into extension. Like I said, that one's a great mobilization for the thoracic spine, and it also drastically increases lymphatic circulation, which will just make you feel good. All right, so here's the last exercise to mobilize the thoracic spine. There are a lot of exercises like this that you can do. However, going into extension and learning to rotate from the thoracic spine, in my mind, are the most important ones. So if you want to find other ones, I'm sure you can find them on YouTube here or Google. But it's these three that I think are really, really important. So this next one, we're going to rotate from the thoracic spine. So you're going to use your foam roller here. You're essentially just going to lay down. You're going to pinch it in between your knees like this. You want your hips at 90 degrees, and you want your knees maybe a little bit less than 90 degrees, but pretty much just at about 90 degrees here, okay? You're going to start on your side with your arms together like this, and then you're going to open up like this, and then come back. Okay, this is pretty hard for me. My thoracic spine is pretty stiff today. I did a lot of deadlifts yesterday. So when you're doing this, like I said earlier, you want to make sure that you're actually rotating from the thoracic spine, okay? You want to make sure that those vertebrae in your thoracic spine are the ones that are doing the rotating and not the lumbar spine, okay? So really just kind of be aware of that. If you feel like you're not getting very much rotation in the thoracic spine while doing this, then go ahead and hop back up on the peanut and release those paraspinal muscles some more, okay? But for this, you're going to do this for about, 2 sets of 10 on each side. 3 things to take note of here. 1, if you've ever had any spinal injuries, any neck issues or anything like that, always consult with your physician prior to doing any of these exercises. 2, really make sure that when you're doing these exercises that you're actually mobilizing the thoracic spine and not reinforcing hypermobility at the lumbar spine. So a lot of people, if you have this hypermobility of the lumbar spine, that's where the body is going to want to do all the bending and rotating from, okay? So you have to be very, very careful that you're not reinforcing that hypermobility by bending and rotating from the lumbar spine. So when you do these exercises, be very, very aware of that and try to do all of try to get all of the motion to come from the area of your spine that starts at the base of your neck and comes down to your abdominal cavity. 3 is to make sure that you're breathing, okay? A lot of people, when I have them do these T-spine mobilizations, the pain associated with the stiffness kind of just like, it's so intense that they forget to breathe. So make sure you're breathing in and out through your nose during these mobilizations. I hope that video was helpful for you. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe up here. And if you want to see anything that I have not addressed yet on my channel in terms of questions related to biomechanics, rehabilitation, corrective exercises, things like that, then be sure to leave a comment below and I'll be more than happy to respond. All right, I'll see you next time.